Ukraine-Russian war. Poroshenko, the president of Ukraine, has declared the martial law in 10 regions of Ukraine. What does it mean for you as a foreigner if you have plans to come to Ukraine during this period? And there is any danger in this period for foreigners who are willing to come to Ukraine? Today we're gonna hit the streets of Sumy, Ukraine, to check what people think about this situation and how do they think if there is any danger for foreigners to come to Ukraine during this period. Hi, my name is Ivana and welcome to our special edition of Ukraine Live. Today we are in Sumy, Ukraine as usual, and we're gonna check what do Ukrainian people think about martial law in Ukraine, and do they think there is any danger for people to live here and for foreigners to come here in the 10 regions of Ukraine where the martial law is declared, and to other parts of Ukraine as well. And what do Ukrainian people in general think about this martial law? So right now we're in the center of Sumy, and we're gonna have some interviews to see the people's attitude to this martial law. Actually, the martial law was declared only in 10 regions that are close to the border. And in few regions they are close to the Azov Sea. And as you know, probably this law was declared only because of act of actually aggression from the Russian side in the Azov Sea, in the neutral waters actually. So today we are here to see what does it mean for for Ukrainian people. Do they think something changed for them or no? As you know, martial law has in itself consists of few from a number of points, and each and every region can actually set them themselves. So the government of the region will decide themselves, do they need this point or no? For example, do they need to let people walk normally like after 10 p.m. or no? Because as you know, it's the part of martial law when people cannot just walk simply on streets after 10 p.m. during night, and each and every region will decide themselves just the frames of the martial law in their region. So let's see what do people think about this martial law. Just a second, we'll try to find someone. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? Okay, so but right now it's the end of November in Ukraine and it's pretty cold here, so people probably don't want to stay for one place for a long time, but I'm sure we will find someone. Okay, so as for my opinion, with martial law, nothing changed in Ukraine for foreigners because of few actually points. First of all, foreigners are coming to Ukraine easily without any problems. The martial law didn't touch any fields like of foreigners coming to Ukraine or something like that. So they can come to Ukraine without any problems, they can stay in Ukraine without any problems, and that's all. So, and they can leave Ukraine without any problems. So for foreigners probably nothing changed actually. And we earlier had our edition about danger in Ukraine for foreigners, actually, about like if there is any danger for them to stay in border areas or in Ukraine themselves. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? Можете відповісти на декілька запитань? Можу. Що ви думаєте про прийняття військового стану в Україні?
Я думаю, що це дуже потрібна річ.
Так?
Але вона повинна проводитись була в комплексі. Це перш за все переведення економіки на воєнні рельси і боротьба з внутрішнім, так сказати, це з п'ятою колоною. Розумієте, що у нас навкруги, ось під борт висить Мураєво, з цим руським міром, він входить в протиріччя. Розумієте, все потрібно, щоб було в комплексі.
Ясно. А що ви думаєте про те, що військовий стан був введений уже по суті на 5-му році війни?
Я думаю про те, що я так маю думку таку, що це давно потрібно було робити. Хай хоч запізніло, але ми все ж таки прийшли до цього.
І як ви думаєте, є якась небезпека для іноземців, які приїжджають в Україну після введення військового стану?
Навпаки, я так думаю, чим ми будемо, держава чим буде сильніше, тим менше буде безпеки для всіх. Не тільки для іноземців, а для всіх нас. Якщо чим більше ми слабкість будемо демонструвати, тим довше буде війна і тим більше Путін буде нападати на нас.
А як ви думаєте, введення військового стану може послужити приводом для ескалації конфлікту і для поширення конфлікту, по суті?
Навпаки.
Окей, дуже вам дякую.
Ні за що.
Okay, so I asked a few questions. First of all, did this man think that the declaring of martial law has what does he think about declaring martial law? He said that it was very useful for Ukraine, and it showed like a kind of political power of Ukraine in some political aspects. But first of all, according to the fact that there is a war in Ukraine already for 5 years almost, it has to be done earlier. Not just right now. So that's point number 2. And I also asked if there are any kind of danger for foreigners who are coming to Ukraine, and he said that no, because after declaring martial law, like our country became more powerful and more strong in the, because we can show other countries that we became stronger and we can protect ourselves in any moment. So basically this law has become just like a background for any kind of protection from the aggression. So, and moreover, I asked if he's saying that the martial law declaring can escalate the further conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and he said that no, because it, from the point of view where Ukraine became stronger after declaring martial law, it also can be there. It also can be the point where Russia can understand that we can protect ourselves. So this is the point of view of just usual Ukrainian people. And basically for Ukrainian people nothing changed with declaring of martial laws. And also in all 10 regions of Ukraine, nothing changed for usual people. Yep. Basically nothing. Okay, so just as you see, kids are laughing on streets, life is going the usual way, and no one is just preparing to war or something like that. So, okay, we can ask some more people here. Я перепрошую, ви не могли б відповісти на декілька запитань?
Ні, дякую.
Ні? Класно, дякую. Okay, but still people don't really want to answer the questions. So let's go back on the central streets and we'll check. Okay. Тоді куди ми підемо?
Далі.
Okay. Let's see where a lot of people are to go to that place. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay. So basically, in Ukraine, for usual people, nothing changed, and I actually found out the fact that for some of my friends, their relatives and friends from different countries came to Ukraine already like yesterday, or bought tickets to Ukraine for this period for a month, and they are not afraid to come to Ukraine because basically the thing is that martial law has a kind of influence on a political situation from some political aspects point of view, but for usual life it had no influence at all, and just nothing changed. Always and for foreigners as well. It's still dangerous for foreigners to come to the areas of Ukraine where the war is, but actually, okay, but still in the rest of Ukraine, like the most part of Ukraine, only on the east it's a little bit dangerous, but not a little bit. There are some war actions, so yeah, it's dangerous for everyone who is coming there, not just for foreigners. But in the rest of Ukraine, basically nothing changed, and the life is going the same way. So we already had like a edition about danger for foreigners in Ukraine, and as you remember, maybe a lot of foreigners that we interviewed, they said that Ukraine is a very friendly country to foreigners, and declaring of martial law hasn't changed anything in our attitude to foreigners or in life of usual Ukrainian people. So okay. So basically, with martial law declaring, some political aspects had changed. So, and there are some opinions that Poroshenko has settled the martial law because of like, yeah, he wants to postpone some elections, but actually he decided to declare them not for 60 days but only for 30 days, not to make the elections postponed, you know. So but from the point of view of political some aspects, it was necessary to react somehow on the act of aggression from the side of Russia. So I don't know what is going to be later, because some of Ukrainian sailors are still basically imprisoned in Russia, and I don't know what's going to be later. I know that there was there was a situation in Odessa where some activists of radical activists, they found a guy like who transferred a truck from Russia to Ukraine, and they just kind of imprisoned him, but he's still like he still can walk, or well, I don't know, eat. He's in well condition, but they are not letting him to come to Russia till Ukrainian sailors will be free. Actually, you can find this fact in news. But it's just a reaction of usual people here, not of some governmental structures or something like that. Okay, so let's check if you can have some interviews. Я перепрошую, ви не могли б відповісти на декілька питань? Ми можемо навіть іти, якщо вам так зручно.
Кажіть.
Що ви думаєте про встановлення військового стану в Україні?
Можна розвинутися? Що вас саме цікавить? Доречно це чи недоречно? Чи...
Ну, просто ваша думка з приводу, ваше відношення до цього.
Ну, якщо так керівництво нашої країни вирішило, то, мабуть, це доречно. І якби те, що ми зараз будемо посіювати паніку, це тільки усугубить ситуацію. Тому, ну, треба з розумінням про все поставитися, просто про це пережити.
Як ви думаєте, чи з'явилася яка-небудь небезпека для іноземців, які хочуть приїхати в Україну протягом цього періоду?
Я думаю, небезпеки немає, якщо вони не порушують завмисно законодавство.
Окей. І як ви думаєте, чи може введення військового стану якось поширити конфлікт на сході країни, чи привести до більш масштабних військових дій?
Конфлікт давно поширений, тому сам військовий стан, я думаю, на це не вплине.
Ясно, дуже вам дякую. Okay, so the thing is that I asked the same questions. First of all, what does she think about martial law declaring? She said that it's just a period that we need to go through, and that's all. Nothing changed for Ukrainian people. I asked also if she thinks there is a kind of danger for foreigners who are coming to Ukraine. She said definitely no if they are not breaking law in Ukraine. So, but the situation is the same. Like even without martial law, there is a danger in Ukraine only for foreigners who are breaking law in Ukraine. So that's all. Nothing changed in people's attitude to foreigners or something like that. And there are no specific laws included to martial law about foreigners or something like that that could change their position in Ukraine. So as I said, they can simply just come to Ukraine and leave Ukraine without any difficulties. And I also asked if she thinks that the martial law declaring can escalate further aggression from Russia, and she said that definitely no, because the conflict exists for a long time already, and the declaring of law actually cannot change itself anything in the situation on the east of our country, but basically the only thing that can be changed is just in just a political sphere. Okay. Let's try to find some more interviews. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька питань? Ну ладно. Okay, someone is late, someone doesn't want to answer. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? Ми можемо навіть іти. Okay. So, still something didn't change in Ukraine. People are a little bit scared of cameras, so they don't want yeah, and cameras with mics, so they don't want to answer questions a lot. So maybe we can check what young generation can think about it, if we can get one. Okay, just a second. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? They are in hurry. Okay. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? Буквально на пару.
Ні, сьогодні ні.
Окей, not today. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти на декілька запитань? Буквально на 2-3. Окей. Я перепрошую, ви не могли відповісти буквально на 2 запитання?
Про Україну.
Про Україну, так. Що ви думаєте про введення військового стану в Україні? Як ви до цього відноситесь?
Хто знає, якось.
Для вас щось змінилось взагалі? От?
Поки ні. Поки що
Як
ні.
думаєте, зміниться?
Хто знає, залежить це від наших політиків.
Як ви думаєте, це якось вплине на конфлікт на сході країни? Це позитивно, негативно чи хоч як-небудь?
Можливо. Можливо, вплине.
Окей. Ясно. Ну,
можливо, і негативно.
ага.
Ну, аби самі, не заострювали ситуацію. Хто знає. Так, бо людям цього не хочеться, однозначно.
Окей, я зрозуміла. Дуже дякую.
Будь ласка.
Okay, so the same questions were asked. So, what does she think about declaring martial law in Ukraine? She said that nothing changed for her, and she doesn't think that something will be changed. So, and about escalation conflict in the east of Ukraine, she said that maybe it can have a negative influence on the conflict itself. But people don't want the war to be escalated, so no one wants the war to continue. So maybe she has some thoughts about like maybe the situation will be changed somehow with these laws, but basically nothing changed yet for her in her life, and nothing. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can get some more interviews.
Секунд вашего времени. Спроси за погоду, потом
Я
спроси за...
перепрошую, можна, будь ласка, буквально 20 секунд вашого
Про
часу?
Україну.
Що ви думаєте про введення військового стану на території України?
Ничего хорошего.
Ага. Для вас щось змінилось з введенням військового стану? Як ви думаєте, щось зміниться взагалі?
Ну, глобально что-то может и поменяется с точки зрения обороноспособности, в плане профилактики, там каких-то профилактических мероприятий. Ну а для меня лично вряд ли что-то, поскольку я безработный.
Як
А
ви
для
думаєте?
детей в первую же ж ночь они нам давай вызванивают 10 вечера.
Да.
Со Львова, с Киева.
Спрашивать?
Да,
Ну,
да,
конечно,
что случилось
перепугались.
10 вечера, перепугались. 22:00, давай дети нам вызванивать.
Ясно.
Вот. Знакомые в садик детей не повели. Тоже, ну на следующий день я имею
Ага.
в
Ну,
виду.
то есть...
Ну, в общем, такое.
Ясно.
Такое.
Ну а теперь
как бы,
успокоились.
да.
Ага. Як ви думаєте, є якась небезпека для іноземців, які приїжджають в Україну в оцих 10 регіонах, де введено військовий стан, і врешті України?
Я думаю, что опасности
Да,
никакой
я
нет,
тоже думаю,
но
что нет.
сам факт, что данное, так сказать, положение введено, и резонанс на эту тему, он, естественно, отпугнет потенциальных визитеров, потенциальных, так сказать, инвесторов,
да, всё
туристов,
остальное.
потому что, ну, кто поедет в страну, где введено военное положение?
Ясно. І як ви думаєте, це вплине якимось чином на конфлікт, власне, на сході країни?
Сложно сказать. Конечно, оно повлияет, конечно, дополнительно масло подольет в этот огонь. Вот. А насколько поможет или не поможет, сложно сказать.
Ясно. Дуже вам дякую.
Да.
До побачення. Окей. Та?
А расскажи.
Just say.
Я не хотіла, щоб поширювалося відео в засобах масової інформації з моїм
Воно
коментарем.
не буде в засобах масової інформації, принаймні в українських, це для іноземців знімається.
Ну, і в іноземців також.
Я зрозуміла.
Хорошо.
Добре, дякую. Okay, so we asked just the Ukrainian couple about what did they say. So first of all, I asked if something changed for them during this period, like only 2 days, and they said that yes, something changed. Their kids live in Lviv and Kyiv, and their kids started to call them to worry about them if nothing happened with them and everything, and some of their friends even didn't brought kids to kindergarten on the next day because they were worried about something, but the next day they already calmed down and everything became as it was actually before. So about foreigners, they said that probably these laws will a kind of, just a second. Okay, probably these laws can make some foreigners scared somehow to come to Ukraine. Tourists won't want to come to Ukraine because of this situation, and investors can worry about situation in Ukraine and everything, so it can have a kind of bad influence on that way. But there is no danger for foreigners to come to Ukraine, basically both in areas where martial law is declared and areas where it is not. So for foreigners, there is no danger in coming to Ukraine. In attitude to come into Ukraine, yes, because someone can be scared to come here, but not in actual being here and living the Ukraine or coming to Ukraine. And I also asked if they think that martial law declaring can influence somehow the conflict on the east of Ukraine, and they said that probably yes, and probably from the political point of view it can change something because it will influence on the possibility for protection for country and everything. So and maybe it can make everything just a little bit more, just a little bit more. It's just to make everything more, just to make conflict more bigger and the situation on the east of Ukraine more dangerous or something like that. But for now, nothing changed, and news from the east of Ukraine are the same as earlier. So, and that's all actually. The total opinion of Ukrainian people is that there probably nothing changed in the situation here, and maybe this martial law declaring will influence somehow the situation on the east of Ukraine, but to the what side, to the escalating the conflict, or maybe in the other side, no one knows. No one, of course, wants a war here, but still they don't know. Я перепрошую, не могли б відповісти на декілька запитань? Okay, so but basically, what's going on here? Nothing changed. We are right now in the region where martial law was declared. As you see, the life is the same. Streets are the same, people are the same. Nothing changed for foreigners. We still have a lot of foreigner students here studying, and nothing changed for them as well. We're gonna try interview some of them if we'll find them here. So, but still, the life in Ukraine for usual people is the same, and no one knows what's gonna happen during this period of martial law setting. So we're gonna have a little break right now, and don't forget to subscribe our channel right there in the right down corner, and we're gonna come back to you, so stay tuned please. And we're gonna have another edition of street interviews. We're gonna ask young generation what do they think about declaring martial law. So press on notification bell button not to miss our live streams again. So have a great day, and I'll see you just in 10-15 minutes. Bye bye.